This call is from a person currently in a prison in England. All calls are logged and recorded and may be listened to by a member of prison staff. If you do not wish to accept this call, please hang up now.
The 25th of December 2024, HMP Thameside IDTS wing. I once again elected to have a lie-in for as long as I could until around 10 a.m. before getting clean and ready after my cup of coffee that I don't drink out of the wing in case somebody gets a whiff of my coffee and waste both of our time as they pretend to chat with me out of personal interest rather than personal gain. I have no doubt that coffee, under spice, then caps, is one of the most valuable commodities in this wing, and their chatting will only be followed up by, "Hey, do you have any coffee I can get?" in a tone of voice. It's a sort of beg. I struggle to describe it, but they make it sound like it's their lifeline, like my life is in their hands and that they die without it. What I dislike most about it is the dishonesty of their approach and seeing them content with their own wretchedness. A hustler suspect that they're proud of by themselves. By they, of course, it's not everybody here, it's a generalization, but it's a shared culture of behaviour and attitudes for themselves and others like them. So that's why I don't take my coffee out of the wing. Also because there's thieves. There's been 4 fights on the wing this week alone due to stealing and accumulating debts people can't pay. Charity to everybody is one thing. Not being daft is another. I don't live in La La Land here. I live on the IDTS wing of HMP Thameside. There is no tinsel. Above filled stockings with my name opposite the Christmas tree surrounded my family this morning. Of course, I'm trying to be Muslim, so I don't celebrate Christmas anymore. But time with your family, the people who raise you from a baby, and in my case have put up with so much that they didn't deserve, as well as what they're forgiven, such as my immaturity. This should always be celebrated. I hope others value their families, particularly the parents and grandparents, as much as they should, and if not, work on doing so. My biggest fear by being here is the death of any of them and them not knowing how to appreciate, and them not knowing how I appreciate them for everything, and words will not suffice. I hope to do better for them when I'm out, and I hope I'm so able. The wing today was nothing exceptional. What was different was that our cold meal and our hot meal was swapped around. I remember being confused about this when I was selecting my meal on the CMS system. I thought that we got 2 hot meals. So for dinner, I missed out on half a roast chicken, roast potatoes and veg with gravy, and instead I got a beef curry with the beef consisting of 80% inedible fat, but the curry was very nice, but very, very, very spicy, and not just because I'm white. Which I know a couple of people personally who would make such an assumption if I told them. I got a chicken curry and rice as extras. It was early bang up on Christmas Day. We got let out an hour earlier later on, and our tea was, oh my gosh, it was a turkey with cranberry balm, or at least on paper. It was actually 85% coleslaw with turkey chunks and literally a single cranberry. There was, and I mean a single cranberry on the top of this coleslaw with tiny turkey chunks that you could barely notice. There was a carton of apple juice a pack of Walker's crisps and a pack of noodles for tea. Dessert was a slice of Christmas pudding. I called my mum, who was at my nan and granddad's, so I spoke to my family, which is of course the highlight of the day. Star Trek, despite being Christmas, was fortunately still on the telly, and I cannot express my joy enough for how the cringe adverts are nearly over, especially the Amazon advert with that one janitor who gets bought a tuxedo so he can finally get the song out of his system so his colleagues no longer have to listen to him sing half a line of the same song over and over again. If you don't know what advert I'm referring to, don't even search it, don't look it up. I was genuinely so happy that the Christmas adverts were over. Oh my God, it was so cringe. That was Christmas Day. Merry Christmas.
Thank you for tuning in to Diary of a Political Prisoner. What was a short list for you was a period of time in prison for me. So please make sure that you subscribe on whatever podcast player you're listening on to be notified of future episodes. Each episode was recorded in a prison cell as I'm held on remand for allegedly being involved in a Palestine action to disrupt and destroy weapons in a genocidal Israeli arms factory under Section 5 of the Terrorism Act. My diary is a podcast only to give you something in the hope that you can give help and support to my mum and son, which I can't do by any other means from prison. In supporting them, for £5 a month, you can get a week's worth of episodes in advance every Monday. For £10 a month, you'll get the week's worth of episodes. Plus, I'll respond to any question you have in a monthly question and answer episode on my Patreon at patreon.com/politicalprisonerpod. For £25 a month, our humanitarian aid tier, you get all of the above while knowing my little boy is supported and happy. One-time donations can be made by emailing or messaging my producer on social media. Media/collaboration inquiries are on the same line as senders and inbox. If you can't support me family in my absence, please follow the podcast on Instagram if you're going to be listening. Please follow on Twitter, all of our socials. Our handle is Diary Pol Prisoner. Please share them and this podcast with your friends. It's free to do and it helps this project grow. You can also send me a prisoner email or letters, drawings, anything like that. Links to everything mentioned can be found in the podcast description below. Thank you, love and solidarity.